This is true. I'm not going to use any names, but I was away and I came back and she told me she had been raped, but she handled the situation of the rape in the most extraordinary way. But my immediate reaction was, I asked her, did she know who it was? No. What colour were they? She said it was a black person. I went up and down areas with a cosh, hoping I'd be approached by somebody. I'm ashamed to say that. And I did it for maybe a week, hoping some black bastard would come out of a pub and have a go at me about something, you know, so that I could kill him. And it took me a week, maybe a week and a half to kind of go for that. She said, where are you going? I said, I'm just going out for a walk, you know. What's wrong? No, nothing's wrong, fine. It was horrible when I think back.
I'm sure.
I did that. And I've never admitted that to it. I'm saying it to a journalist.
I guess it's a good time now.
Holy shit.
Yeah, holy shit.
It's awful.
Yeah.
But I did learn a lesson from it. When I eventually thought, what the fuck are you doing, you know?
Yeah. That makes sense.
And I come from a society, I grew up in Northern Ireland in the Troubles, and you know, I knew a couple of guys that died on hunger strike, and I had acquaintances that were very caught up in the Troubles. And I understand that need for revenge, but it just leads to more revenge and more killing and more killing. And, you know, Ireland, Northern Ireland's proof of that, you know. All the stuff that's happening in the world at the minute, the violence is proof of that, you know. So it's, but that, yeah, primal need, I understand, you know.
Relate to that.
Shalom, family trendsetter. This is another edition of In the Man Cave. Now, we just watched a brief interview with, I think his name is Neeson. Now, that actor, believe it or not, is one of my favorite actors because he act a lot of, you know, action movies, and every time he bring forth a movie, I always go see him. You know what I mean? And it's ironic that he actually made that interview. As I told y'all before, 2019 is going to be a year of revelation. A lot of things are going to come to light this year. You know what I'm saying? Before the Mossad decide to come and destroy these Gentiles. You feel what I'm saying? So a lot of this shit's going to be revealed, who they are, what they about. Now, I'm sure a lot of people were shocked and surprised because now he's getting a lot of backlash on social media for what he has said in the interview, and rightfully so. My thing is this, right? Why every time one of these cave devils get raped, there's always a black man? You know, they decide they want to go out and fuck something new, you know what I'm saying, other than the Neanderthal caveling, and they want to deal with a black man because of, you know, we a lot of us be packing and shit, so they want to experience something new. And when it don't go the right way, just in the event she get pregnant, she can say, well, I was raped. You know what I'm saying? They want to carry our seed, but they don't know how to go about it. So we going to make something up. Let's just say, you know, I got raped. In the event I get pregnant, these nasty fucking demons. I don't even understand why people even amalgamate with these demons. But it's ironic that he was basically saying that he was going to seek out any black man, for that matter. I didn't even know that black people are in Ireland. I know we're scattered in the four corners of the earth, but he said he was going to go to the pub, paraphrasing, and he was going to seek out any black man that approached him, and he was going to kill him. And this is a psychopath mentality these motherfuckers have on a daily basis. So this is why we have to be careful when we're amongst these demons. We got to fear for our lives every day. You know what I mean? Because as I told y'all before, you know, these demons are not human. They are hybrids. They're mutants. And a lot of y'all black Christian, like to forgive. They don't forgive. They don't forgive or forget. You heard what he said. You know what I mean? This shit that didn't even happen to him or one of his family members. It happened to a close friend of his, and he was ready to take vengeance. But yesterday, y'all dumbass Christian want to turn the other cheek and forgive your enemy. Not me. I believe in what he believe in. Eye for eye. Fuck that. I'm an Old Testament believer. The Most High God said he don't change. And in the Old Testament, he said a life for a life. And that's me right there. So y'all can fuck with the New Testament God if y'all want. Not me. I'm going to deal with the Old Testament God. I like the Old Testament God better because he said he don't change. And this is one of the reasons why I've been telling y'all, family, that there's two different gods in the Old Testament. Because, see, The Old Testament God, right, that like blood sacrifice, this is who these devils worship, these Christians worship, because they like eating of his body and drinking of his blood. They like to do communion and shit, bloodletting. And that's why I told you, our God only requires obedience. Now, I know a lot of y'all tired of hearing me say that shit, that it's two gods in the Old Testament. It is. It's two different gods. You know, I had one of my subscribers, he have a funny name. I'm not going to, I'm reluctantly going to say his name because it's funny as shit. I'm going to give him a big shout out. His name is, I think he refers to his name as Black Nuts, right? Black Nuts, if you out there, shout out to you, brother, because you said it best in one of your comments, man. You said the Vatican had our records, and of course they're not going to give us the truth. And it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? The Vatican went into our land, the Catholic Church, because they created religion. They created Christianity, Islam, as well as Judaism. They went into our land. They got our records, our holy set-apart records, the original records. A lot of it they couldn't even translate because it was written in Paleo-Hebrew. And what they have done, they have translated to the best of their ability, found out that we have a power that y'all refer to as God, that once we call upon his name, they give us all these different names, Yahweh, Yahweh, Ahaya, you know, all these names we call him upon, that ain't his name. I'm telling y'all the truth. They gave us that name. But for argument's sake, for the most part, we don't know his name, so we just pick a name and shit. So I chose Ahaya. Some people chose Yahweh. Some people chose, you know, Yahweh. It doesn't matter. I mean, at the end of the day, in the end, we going to know his name when he revealed himself to us, the God of the Hebrews. So, like Black Nuts said, like Mr. Nuts say, you know, they have had our records and shit. And it's the truth. The Vatican got our records. They know who we are as a people. As a matter of fact, if y'all was to Google Pope worship Black Madonna, you'll see that they have a black Jesus. Meanwhile, they give us a white Jesus to worship because they already know. And that Jesus that they worship, that ain't Jesus. That's Semiramis and Tammuz. You know what I'm saying? That's who the fuck they worship. Semiramis and Tammuz, Nimrod. Okay, so y'all don't understand that we have been deceived. But I just want to come on here, man, and share this video with y'all to let y'all know that these devils, they don't forgive. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them say they're Christian, but one thing they don't practice is that forgiveness part of the Bible. They will go out there and take vengeance. They believe in the Old Testament God. You know what I'm saying? The God of the Hebrews that say a life for life. Because although I don't believe in blood sacrifice, right? I believe that the Most High tell us, listen, so long as you follow my law, statutes, and commandments and my dietary law and be obedient to my words, if they fuck with you, you fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? He not going to allow us to sit back and be taken out. King David was a warrior. That's my Messiah right there. He actually saved some people. Not this Jesus character, this Yahweh Shai or Yahushua. That motherfucker never saved. Matter of fact, he couldn't even save himself. So King David, absolutely, he's my Messiah. That's the only king that I will serve. But I will only bow down to the Most High. That's it. I'm not, if the Most High tell me to bow down to King David, I might do that shit too, because I'm very obedient when it comes to the Most High. But you see, I am not going to do no blood sacrifice. I ain't doing no Passover sacrifice in no lamb, because first of all, if you read the scriptures correctly in the Old Testament, it says only where the Most High designate we supposed to do sacrifices if you want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Or observe these feast days. Not in the land of captivity, because you cannot go out there and find a lamb that don't have hormones in that shit. Or probably GMO'd up and shit. You know what I mean? So I don't want to hear that shit about Passover in the land of captivity. Yeah, you could do this shit if you want to. I guess it's symbolically to your God, whoever he is. Because my God just tell me obedience is better than sacrifice. So if I'm going to do any kind of sacrifice, I'm going to sacrifice my flesh, right? Not physically though. Sacrifice my doing by being obedient to the Most High, law, statutes, and commandments. That's the sacrifice that he wants, family. He don't want blood sacrifice. He wants you to be in other words, sacrifice your desire in order to obey his law, statutes, and commandments. But what the Gentiles have done, they have said, okay, you know what? He asked for sacrifice. Let's just say it's blood sacrifice, because our God really desire blood sacrifice. The Hebrew God desire sacrificing your own man in order to follow law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? Obedience. That's a sacrifice right there. Being obedient to the Most High, law, statutes, and commandments. But the heathen devils say, you know what, let's just say, oh, he want blood sacrifice. So everybody going around doing Passover and shit and doing blood sacrifice and sacrificing. And then the big question is this: where's the Leviticus priest? If y'all supposed to be doing communion in the land of the enemy, who is the Leviticus priest? You can't say Johanna is the Leviticus priest. You can't say GOCC leader is Leviticus priest, because I guarantee you cannot prove that shit. You show me where they can go back 2,000 years and show that they was ordained under Aaron or Moshe to be a Leviticus priest, then I will follow their sacrifice. Other than that, I ain't doing it. Because a lot of these niggas probably Hamitic people. A lot of these niggas probably heathens. Talk about their Hebrews. Even me, I don't even know for 100% sure that I'm a Hebrew Israelite. None of us do. But you know how you bear witness? If you have a desire to follow law, statutes, and commandments, which I do. Even though I might cuss a lot, my desire is to follow law, statutes, and commandments, be obedient to the Most High word. The 10 commandments, I think I got that shit down probably like maybe, probably like 73%. You know what I mean? I'm not going to lie, because I'm still, you know, not really stressing and shit, but I'm still trying to figure out this Shabbat. Because a lot of people saying, oh, it's sundown Friday to sundown Saturday. I personally believe it's the lunar Shabbat, because if you think about it, we ain't had no Gregorian calendar. We don't even know which day today is. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm making this video. Today is actually, what, Wednesday? According to them, one named after one of their gods and shit. But we don't know. According to, you know, man, it's probably, what, the 3rd day? But we really don't know, because they have fucked things up. They change the days and shit. Some months is shorter. Some months is longer. They you got daylight saving time. You really believe that these devils are not skillful at what they do? They have changed the season. This is why a lot of y'all believe this is 2019. This is not 2019, family. This is not. This is the Gregorian calendar month, or year, I should say. So anyway, in closing, I just wanted to show y'all that shit. Leehan Neeson, he's getting a lot of backlash on social media for what he said. And to be honest with you, even though he said what he said, I don't got a problem with it. Because you know what? At least he's telling the truth. He's telling you how he really feels. Because I feel some type of way towards these devils. I won't say what I want to do to them, but I do feel some type of way. Not that I would carry it out. At least he didn't carry it out. He just felt anger based on what this devil told him. So, you know, at first when I heard, I'm like, man, fuck that nigga. I ain't gonna never watch this movie. But then I said, nah, because he keeps keeping it 100. I mean, if somebody, one of my family member friend come to me and told me that a white boy raped them viciously, I'm gonna feel the same way he feel. Probably think the same way too. Maybe act upon it. Maybe. You know what I'm saying? If one of my family member, hey, I can't say I wouldn't act upon that shit. So don't fuck with none of my family member, because y'all will be dealt with. So I don't have a problem with what he said. I really don't, because he's being honest. He's actually expressing his true feeling, and a lot of us feel that same way. The difference between him and Christians, they're hypocrites. They'll say, oh, thou shalt not kill. We shouldn't be thinking like that. But in reality, let that shit happen to one of your kids. You're going to be thinking the same way he was thinking. And that's why I do not have a problem with him. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't. Because I like a racist that comes out and tell me he's a racist. I don't like these punk ass racists that hide behind, you know, racism. You know what I'm saying? If you're a racist, show it. Like Donald Trump, he shows it in a politically correct way, but he shows it. He tells you he don't like niggas or Hispanics. You know what I'm saying? But you got a lot of these other politicians. Oh, he's a racist. Man, y'all the same motherfucking devil. Y'all racist just like he is. The only difference is he shows his shit. He tells you. Straight up. And that's the type of person I am. I tell you I don't like y'all motherfucking devils. I don't hate y'all, but I don't like y'all. Straight up. You could give me all the money in the world. I'm still not going to lie. I'll take your money, in God we trust and shit, and I'll spend that shit, but I'm not going to like y'all. I don't like y'all. I don't. Because y'all don't like me. How about that shit? But anyway, family, I just wanted to come on here and share this with y'all. With that, I say shalom.